Hey man, I know what you mean, but this is more for those of us who, most of our lives, we put others before ourselves. We were people pleasers, and we thought it was wrong to ever choose ourselves. So we would settle and stay in situations that we had outgrown because we didn't want to let them down. Like many times in my life, I stayed in jobs that I knew I'd outgrown. That it was time to leave. Like I'd established my own income apart from that entity, and I didn't want to leave because they were struggling at this business, and I felt that if I left, that it would crash down. Like I was the glue holding it together. Everybody always had a negative perspective. Um, People were getting old, and they didn't have enough young people there. They were worried about where they gonna get, where they gonna be to stay open. Nobody wanted to work there. One, they weren't paying enough, and I was taking less than I was worth. So I was working for $15 an hour at a place that I didn't enjoy for the sake of others. See, this is an example of where I had to finally choose myself and say, you know what, I care about this business, I care about these individuals, but when do I get to do what's best for me? So finally, I had to make the decision to leave that job and pursue my own ventures, and it was the right choice. Um, Many times in relationships, we'll stay longer than we need to or we should, and take less than we deserve because we think that, one, sometimes we think we just don't deserve better, but really, a lot of times it's because, well, without me there, they won't have this, or they'll struggle, or they'll go through this, or, you know, I don't want to do that to them because I wouldn't want that done to me. And that's good, that's noble, but, you know, you do nobody a service by sacrificing yourself. When you choose yourself and give yourself the love that you have been giving so effortlessly to everybody else, it opens you up to all that you've ever desired. You'll get the reciprocal love. See, love isn't something that you just give, give, give. It's not transactional. It's a it's an allowing, it's an acceptance, it's a seeing each other as you are, for who you are, not for what you can do for me, but just for who you are. Love is effortless. It's just boundless. It just it pours out of you, radiates. And I've learned that you can give that, but there's a balance. And for us who have been putting others above us for all of our life, we got to choose ourselves first. Fill our own cup, and out of that overflow, it will just naturally overflow and pour out on all those that we love. But until we choose ourselves, love ourselves, and practice self-care, self-love, we have nothing to give anybody. We're always giving from our empty, from our empty cup. And with that, nobody wins. Even if you had 50% cup and you give it all to somebody else, then you're left drained and they're winning. That doesn't compute. So through my journey, I learned that by giving myself all the love that I effortlessly gave to everybody else, or even saw in another individual, I set a blueprint and an example of how to love oneself, and that you don't need anything external, you don't need anyone, and when you choose yourself, you have so much more to give, because you're giving from your true, authentic nature, you're giving from your overflow, you're giving joy, peace, hope, and it's not some temporary fix. See, we got to stop being drugs for people, where, here, I can uplift you and help you a little bit, and it makes you comfortable. That's what we've been doing. That's what I've been doing, trying to keep other people comfortable. I don't want them to experience the pain that I've had to go through, or the challenges I've had to face. So here, let me help you so that you don't have to go through it. I would have never learned to become who I am today without facing those challenges, overcoming those fears on my own. It's not that I didn't have support around me, but I had to look at the things. I had to experience and feel through that pain, feel through those struggles, those traumas, those wounds, face those demons head on, smile at them, and watch them dissipate, because they were only shadows of that which I truly was, that which I truly am. So I get it. No, we must serve others and help others and give to others for sure. But first, we got to do it for ourselves. And whenever you do, I know what you're meaning by serving yourself and fulfilling your desires and making it all about you all the time. That's different though. That's usually trying to fill a void. That's not true self-love. That will lead to mental health issues. Trust me, as someone who struggled with drug addiction for many years, that form of self-service wasn't even self-love. That was self-sabotage. That was self-hatred. And I didn't believe I was good enough. So the best I could do was numb that feeling of not being good enough so I could at least show up a little bit in the world and do something or, whatever. That was never self-love, and that's not what I'm really talking about here. I'm talking about loving yourself, allowing yourself the freedom to be good enough just as you are, allowing yourself the freedom to step out of situations that no longer serve you, and stop allowing yourself to settle just for the sake of someone else's feelings. Hey, I'm all about honoring others' feelings, honoring others' journey. But first I must honor my own. And by doing so, I set the example and I lead the way for others to do the same. This is a season we must stop settling for less than we deserve. That doesn't mean we don't give and share, but it has to come from that place of overflow. So fill your cup first, and out of that overflow, it naturally will spill onto all those around you, and you'll find out that you don't have to do anything. Just by being yourself, your pure, authentic nature, that is more than enough. That's what everybody is wanting anyways. Your light emanates out and it gives hope. It gives a sense of peace. It shows what one can be when they lay down the mold of what they believe they have to be, or others have convinced them that they have to be or do. When you just be yourself, you're more than enough, and your energy speaks for itself. And it's no longer a transactional love. Blessings.